Murder investigations are back in the spotlight this morning with the push from Governor Josh Stein. What police and the governor are hoping you can help with this morning.
Doctors across the Carolinas sounding the alarm this morning as flu cases fill up urgent cares.
Unfortunately, we'll be adding additional flu-related deaths to our dashboard when we update that on Wednesday.
Why Novant Health is limiting certain guests this morning.
And a new year may mean looking for a new job.
The ways experts say you can stand out to recruiters in 2026. Those stories and much more live, local, and breaking news coming up at 7 a.m. on WCNC Plus.
All right, let's get a live look over I-77 and Uptown. Looking pretty good. Traffic is moving pretty smoothly today. We only have one disabled vehicle, I-85 south at Billy Graham Parkway. That's going to be exit 33, but looking like it is moving right along. Other than that, really nothing on our maps. All green. It's been pretty much like this all morning, so a great time to get out and drive. If you do need to get somewhere today for those New Year's Eve plans, the best time to travel is before 10 a.m. You still got plenty of time, and worst time is between noon and 8 o'clock tonight.
And a much better start today. Look at those sunrise cams. Official sunrise time is at 7:31, which, by the way, it moves up to 7:32. And by the middle of January, it starts to actually get earlier. Ooh, so for your December 30th, it is going to be a good one overall because of the sunshine, maybe not temperature-wise. Highs only in the 40s, but no worries because going forward, this is the only day in the 40s. After that, either average or above average into the new year.
Be sure to grab your coat as you head out the door this morning. And speaking of that coat, how often do you wash it? Text us 704-329-3600. No shame either way, but a new study shows about 60 million Americans don't wash their winter coats.
Including some of my coworkers.
Hey,
Some longer than others.
But we don't judge.
That's
Not
right.
judging, just saying.
We'll see you at 7 a.m. over on the streaming. streaming live right now at 7 a.m. right here on WCNC Plus. I'm Ben Thompson.
And I'm Lisa Washington. We start things off this half hour with a check of your forecast, and it is quite chilly in some parts of our area. But Chris says things are going to be improving. Thank goodness.
Yes, sometimes it's nice just to figure out where the bottom is. Do you know what? Up from here. That's exactly what we have for today's high. Not necessarily our lows. Tomorrow morning, I think, is going to be just as cold, if not colder. But I think the nice silver lining that we have here is that we got a little golden line across the horizon. Officially, it's 7:31 sunrise time. We got sunshine all day long. Yep, that's right. I got to bust out my all-day sunshine graphic. Usually when I'm showing you this, the number in the sun is a little bit higher. But instead, 45 is going to be our top. And as I mentioned, that is the bottom for the week. Our wind alerts officially have dropped off. They cut off that high wind warning early. Some parts were going until 10 o'clock, but we can say that is now gone because no longer it's reaching the criteria, nor is it reaching the wind advisory criteria. However, even with those winds and those temperatures that are down into the teens, we still have a cold weather advisory for Avery, Watauga, and Ashe County. That means it's still a chance of it feeling like 5 below zero or colder. So here's the criteria, by the way. If you're ever going to be under one of these in the mountains, it's for that reason alone. If you live around Hickory, Lincoln, Salisbury, Rowan County, Iredell County, if it's 5 or less in the forecast, you're going to have a cold weather advisory. Charlotte is the max. 10 degrees or less, and then we'll have one of those. We've had one of those so far this season. Our highs today, 45, as I mentioned, is going to be the coldest. 27, that's your top around Boone. That's close to our low here in Charlotte. And then sunshine across the board with an on and off wind chill about 5 degrees colder than the actual air temperature. And if you're heading out for some evening eats, maybe tacos, that's what we're having. I'm very excited, always excited about the Alliteration Taco Tuesday. 36 feels like 33, 35 feels like 30, so that means throughout the evening it'll feel about 2 to 5 degrees cooler if you're caught in that wind, especially say in an open parking lot. Later on this evening, I think once the tacos have been consumed and maybe you're having a taco nap, you're dealing with clouds starting to increase through the overnight, and that's going to lead to a decrease for another sunny start for your Wednesday. The last Wednesday, the last day of the year, few clouds for the afternoon, and then we are closing 2025's book in a good way. Tomorrow we have a high of 53. For the first day of 2026, can't believe I'm saying that, 2026, 60 degrees with an above freezing start. But here's what New Year's Eve looks like. Temperatures are going to be right around 40 degrees. I think a lot of us in the upper 30s certainly feeling that way as we're chiming in the new year, but likely your New Year's Eve party is going to be indoors. As far as our next rain chance goes, I think we have an equal chance on Friday night heading into Saturday morning. And then outside of that, we don't have another rain chance until about day 9 or 10 of the forecast. Our Jerry Hunt Supercenter 7-day forecast shows, again, this is the coldest day. And then all the other days over the next 7 will be 8 to 15 degrees warmer than what we have today. Enjoy it. And happy early New Year, everyone. And happy traffic report from Megan coming out right now.
Yeah, let's take a look at this uptown at I-77. That's going to be the West Boulevard exit. Right now it's 27 degrees and it feels like 19. Put those heaters on. The seat warmers on as well too. Okay, let's take a look at some accidents that we are tracking around the Queen City. This is NC 115 Old Statesville Road, crash at Pete Brown Road. You can see that it is causing just a little bit of backup over there. And then we also have this Tipperary Place crash at Shamrock Drive. This is in a neighborhood, so causing just a little bit of backups there. Okay, best time to travel today is before 10 a.m. So if you have any New Year's Eve plans, you really want to go out now, basically 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, just before 10 a.m. And the worst time to travel today is noon to 8 p.m. So anytime after 8 p.m., you should be good to go. Guys?
Hey, thanks. We start with some new developments this morning. We now know the father of NASCAR driver Denny Hamlin died after a house fire in Gaston County.
That fire happened Sunday night around 6 o'clock on Black Snake Road in Stanley. When firefighters arrived at the scene, they found 75-year-old Dennis Hamlin and 69-year-old Mary Lou Hamlin already outside the home with what's described as catastrophic injuries. Dennis eventually passed away from his injuries at the hospital. Mary Lou was taken to the Wake Forest Burn Center where she is currently being treated. Right now, the NASCAR community is mourning the loss of Dennis Hamlin, a father who helped his son's career flourish.
WCNC Charlotte's Destiny Richards now live outside the NASCAR Hall of Fame in Uptown. And Destiny, we're learning just how Denny's parents were his biggest supporters and deserve a lot of credit for his success.
Yeah, the NASCAR community is rallying around Denny Hamlin and his family this morning and remembering Dennis Hamlin for being a big supporter and also for the sacrifices that he made to help his son become one of the most successful drivers in the sport. Now, Dennis Hamlin is being remembered as a driving force behind his son's racing career long before Denny Hamlin ever reached NASCAR's top level. His parents made significant personal sacrifices, taking out multiple mortgages and selling cars, all to keep their son's racing dream alive. That support helped Denny Hamlin go on to win 60 NASCAR Cup Series races and become one of the sport's top competitors for nearly 2 decades. Now the loss is being felt not just by family, but by neighbors, NASCAR fans, and the racing community as a whole.
It's a very tragic situation. I mean, and also for the NASCAR community. I mean, you just had Greg Biffle and his wife and family just pass, and then now this.
And we've seen words of support pour in across social media, but Denny Hamlin himself has not yet commented. Now, the cause of the fire that claimed his father's life is also still under investigation. Live in Uptown, I'm Destiny Richards, WCNC Charlotte.
Destiny, thanks. Now to the other recent tragedy in NASCAR. A memorial service has been scheduled for 14-year-old Emma Biffle. She died alongside her father, former NASCAR driver Greg Biffle, and 2 other family members in a Statesville plane crash nearly 2 weeks ago. Emma's memorial will be held Sunday, January 4th, 3 p.m. It'll be at the Kane Center in Cornelius. Services for Greg and his wife have not been announced. New this morning, we're learning more about what caused a fire in Mint Hill yesterday. Firefighters say smoky materials started the fire on Blair Road, right off 45 and Albemarle Road. Thankfully, nobody was injured. A detached garage was destroyed, and there was some damage to a home there. Right now, CMPD needs your help finding this 17-year-old girl. Take a look at your screen. Police say Monica Hahn was last seen around 10 p.m. Christmas Eve on 1 Mile Way in East Charlotte. It's near Robinson Church Road. She was wearing pink Hello Kitty one-piece pajamas. Family members say they're concerned for her safety. If you have any idea where she might be, call police.
The East Spencer Police Department is asking for your help to solve a homicide investigation. Police say on August 13th, just before 12:30 in the morning, Tyrese Stiller was found dead at a home on Wint Street. East Spencer is about 45 minutes north of Charlotte. Take a look at your screen. Officers are looking for this person of interest. They say that person was wearing this hoodie at the time of the incident. Anyone with information related to the investigation is urged to contact Crime Stoppers at the phone number on your screen. North Carolina's Governor Josh Stein is offering rewards for information that would help solve 2 murder cases. The first is a $25,000 reward for a Cabarrus County murder. Investigators say 28-year-old Kari Wilkes was shot and killed on January 6th while sitting in his car on Pine Hill Lane in Kannapolis. The governor is also offering a reward for information in a deadly 2021 shooting in Gastonia. 32-year-old John Luke Moore was shot and killed during a home invasion on Allison Avenue. Back in July, police released new security video of the suspects. In the video, you can see 3 suspects wearing masks, breaking down his door, and then running out after a few minutes. Stein is offering a $25,000 reward. The governor urges anyone with details in either of these crimes to come forward and help bring justice for the families.
Right now, finance company Prosper is working to fix a data breach impacting nearly 250,000 people in South Carolina. State records show the company discovered unauthorized activity months ago and recently began notifying customers. Things like names, social security numbers, financial information may have been accessed. Prosper says no customer funds were taken and is offering 2 years of free credit monitoring. 7:09 right now, a renewed push on the Gaza peace plan and fresh warnings over regional threats. The latest developments in the Middle East conflict just ahead. And as the Panthers prepare for one of their most important games, we're getting fans ready right here at home. Our Daniel Stein is going to be in Tampa providing coverage here on air and on WCNC Plus beginning Friday.
And if you can't make it to Tampa, you can watch the game with us. We'll be live right here on WCNC Plus for a game night watch party starting at 4 o'clock on Saturday with real-time reaction and analysis, including from former NFL safety Eugene Robinson. The time is now 7:12. President Trump met with the Israeli Prime Minister Monday to talk about how to move the stalled peace plan in Gaza forward. And while they failed to cement an agreement on phase 2, President Trump sent a clear message to Hamas. NBC's Bofta Imam has details on that meeting.
President Trump hosted Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu at his Mar-a-Lago estate. The U.S. hoping to move forward with the second phase of the Gaza ceasefire.
As quickly as we can.
But the president says progress largely hinges on Hamas's disarmament.
But if they don't disarm, as they agreed to do, they agreed to it, and then they'll be held to pay for them.
In effect since October, a U.S. brokered ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas. But the president downplayed the lack of progress and Israel's actions. Its military killed hundreds of Palestinians since the ceasefire. Details of Monday's talks remained elusive.
Well, we have had a big discussion for a long time on the West Bank. And I wouldn't say we agree on the West Bank 100%, but we will come to a conclusion on the West Bank.
With high praise, the two showcased their public support for one another. This comes as the prime minister is gearing up to run for re-election in 2026.
I'll say it again and again and again. We've never had a friend like President Trump in the White House. It's not even close.
Look, he's a wartime prime minister. He's done a phenomenal job.
And Trump says he would support an Israeli attack against Iran if Iran attempts to boost its ballistic missile reserves or restore its nuclear program.
We'll knock them down, we'll knock the hell out of them, but hopefully that's not happening. I heard Iran wants to make a deal.
The president added if Iran is building up weapons, they're not using the sites the U.S. forces, quote, obliterated during airstrikes on Iran's nuclear facilities back in June. Now, Trump clearly focusing on high-stakes foreign policy conflicts, holding key meetings this week. He met with Ukraine's president in Florida on Sunday and Russia's president by phone, also attempting to cement a peace deal there. In Washington, Bofta Imam, NBC News.
Several artists are canceling upcoming performances at the Kennedy Center. The jazz group The Cookers pulled out of 2 New Year's Eve shows, saying they want their music to reach across divisions rather than deepen them. A comment seen as a response to President Trump's attempt to change the name of the venue. Other acts including Doug Verone, the Dancers, and Christy Lee also canceling, citing the name change. The center's president dismissed the cancellations, saying those artists were booked by previous leadership. The Kennedy family has publicly opposed the name change as well. U.S. forces carried out another targeted operation in international waters aimed at disrupting narco-terrorism in the Eastern Pacific. Intelligence reports show the targeted vessel was traveling along known drug trafficking routes and was actively involved in narcotics operations. The Defense Department says 2 suspected narco-terrorists were killed. No U.S. personnel were injured.
The Nigerian government is hailing its collaboration with the U.S. to combat terrorism. That comes after the Christmas Day U.S. strikes in that country that President Trump has described as a gift to terrorists. A Nigerian official, however, points out the disagreement with the narrative of a so-called Christian genocide.
And it is okay sometimes to disagree to agree. So we disagree on this point that the American people believe that there is a Christian genocide. On our side, we know that there is a security problem, just like you said, but the killings in Nigeria were not targeted at any specific religion.
The Nigerian government says the rumors of a Christian genocide have since been debunked in the country.
7:16 right now. As you head out the door, make sure you bundle up. But a question this morning, how often, if ever, do you wash your winter coat? We'll tell you what a new survey says, and we'll tell you what some of you are saying as well.
Good morning, everyone. So this is going to be a New Year's trending segment that I'm going to do here. So let's go with some of the first. The first rain chance that we have of 2026 isn't until Friday night heading into Saturday. And I'm not really looking at anything major that really comes for this. Nothing really too extreme. Right now, less than 1/4 of an inch looks to be overall the trend that we have going forward. But your New Year's Eve forecast versus your New Year's Day forecast looks pretty great. You have 53 for today and then 60 degrees for your Thursday. It's going to be heading in a really nice direction, and then we're actually going to be on the warmer side really going forward. So putting that perspective, the last 2 days of 2025 is just really winding up to where we maybe want to be in 2026. So 45 is going to be the absolute bottom for your December 30th, and picking up a few clouds here and there, but all in all, I think you have lots of sunshine going forward. And then tomorrow is going to be a sunny day, mostly sunny day. Same thing for January 1st, and after that, temperatures are going to be trending in a really good direction. So that leads me to our 10-10-10 forecast. Over the next 10 days, things are definitely going to be trending above norm because during the month of January, we averaged 52 for a high and 32 for a low. Well, as you can see, only 2 of those days over the next 10 are even below that mark. So we have 2 near average days, and that is actually technically 1 here still in the last day of 2025, but for the first 8 days that we have in view here, only 2 of them are around the normal, all the other ones are above average. As far as our low temperatures go, those are also going to be above the norm. We're back to around the freezing point for this coming Sunday, so that officially is going to be your January 3rd that it does appear, or 4th, excuse me, and then we will be back around that freezing point by about the 9th of January. And I already brought up your first rain chance that you can expect heading into the new year. That's going to be Friday, heading into Saturday, but another good batch of showers looks to be on the 7th into the 8th. There's a lot of social media hype trending. Ooh, big snowstorm coming. Well, as of right now, if we are going to see anything, it is trending to be rain. Anytime you're talking about a forecast outside of 7 days, take it with a grain of salt, and even smaller than a grain of salt for the most part. But yeah, that's really what we have trending. All in all, is really going to be a nice, quiet, and pleasant end to the 2025 and also the beginning to the new year. All right, Megan Bragg, take it away. What's going on?
All right, let's take a look at I-77 right near Tybola. You can see traffic is starting to pick up just a little bit over there. Oh, okay, it's 27 and now it feels like 19. I didn't know that graphic was going to pop up, but that's cool. Okay, vehicle fire. This is I-45. This is going to be on the outer between Arrowwood Road. That's going to be exit 3 and Tryon Street. So you can see all of that backup right there. Lots and lots of stop and go traffic over there. So just know that that is really, really congested if you have to take the outer of I-485. Let's take a look at some other incidents around Charlotte. US 29 Wilkinson Boulevard. There's going to be a stalled vehicle at Tuckasegee Road. You can see some of that backup starting right over there as you do head on Wilkinson Boulevard. So just know to give that person time. They are going to be on the shoulder stalled vehicle. So watch out for that. We are also tracking this Billy Graham Parkway, the southbound stalled vehicle at Morris Field Drive. So as you are taking Billy Graham Parkway, I know this gets really, really busy as people are heading to work. Just know that there is going to be some slowdowns over there. And actually, hey, look at that. It just went away. So that is some good news for you guys. Old Statesville Road crashed at Pete Brown Road. So looking pretty good though. Lots of green. So looks like this one is also starting to clear right now. Looking over Charlotte, here we go. All looking green right there. Looking very, very good. You are going pretty fast around the Queen City. Let's take a look at South Carolina, though. These are South Carolina cameras around I-77. You can see that traffic is also moving pretty smoothly in that area as well, guys.
Megan, thanks. As Chris has told us, the winter weather is back, and whether you like it or not, it's going to be time to bring out that winter coat again.
But the big question is, when was the last time you washed it? We asked some of you this morning. Before we take a look at what you said, a new study by the clothing brand Jules found that 17% of us never wash our winter coats at all. 20% do it once a year. Before you get too grossed out, cleaning experts say you should clean your jacket once a season. So if you wear it in the fall and winter, you clean it twice. If you wear it just in the winter, you clean it once before the spring. So we asked you this morning, when was the last time you washed your winter jacket? How often do you do it? Here's a look at what you said.
Let's look.
The suspense.
Come on, folks.
Ooh.
Okay. Okay.
I'm going to get my jacket right now,
I think you should.
actually, to show how gross it is.
25% say never. So like you bought the coat and you just wear it and wear it and wear it and you don't.
That's a little higher than the national average, which was what we said, 16 or 17%.
I think so.
17%.
Yeah.
Megan is coming back over with her.
Okay.
So how long have you had this coat?
Yeah, this is a coffee stain. I've had it since last year. Yeah, the sleeve is really, it needs to be cleaned. So I'm calling myself out, you guys, but that's okay.
It's okay. We don't judge.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Have you thought about cleaning
Look
it
at
though?
all of that.
Yeah, actually, this morning she thought about it.
I need to throw it in the
Good for you for being your authentic self.
I know. And you know what? I just want to make you guys at home feel that it's okay.
Yeah.
You're
and
not
that
alone.
all of us, you know, even what was that thing? Even celebrities do. What was that? They're just like us.
Oh, yes, yes.
They're
yes.
just like
They're
us.
just like us.
Listen, we're all in this together.
Lisa washes her.
Washington.
Except for Lisa.
Like washes her once a week.
No, I do
She's
not.
like,
I
you
do
don't
not.
take it to the
Here's the thing.
cleaners?
It gets makeup around the collar area, so that's why I have to send them to the cleaners.
Did you see?
When was like once Megan added her 20th coffee stain, she's like, I think it's time. And it's now
It's
time to
comfy.
wash.
And you know what? And it keeps you warm.
It does. It serves its purpose.
That's what it's supposed to do.
Meanwhile,
we know.
I can't say anything because I said that my WCNC code, I think it's been almost a full like leap year.
You said 3 years.
3 years. It's almost going on 4.
And you've never once.
Yeah, the inside I did because it zips out.
The liner.
So yeah, the liner. It's like that's the one closest to me. So you know what? That's fine. That's halfway there. No.
Now you know more than you probably wanted to about your local news team. How about that? 7:25 right now. Live pictures right over Uptown. Hey, speaking of, go ahead and grab your winter coat because, folks, it's chilly out there. 26 degrees. Keep it right here on WCNC Plus.
It is a chilly start. Active snow flurries happening right here in the mountains. We're looking right around Bannerell, 16 degrees right around Boone, 27 around Charlotte, but it feels like -2 for you in Watauga County. It feels like 19 degrees. That's right, 19 degrees right now around Charlotte and 17 around Concord. Beautiful sunny skies, though. This is going to make the day so much better. Sunshine makes you feel at least 10 degrees warmer. One of my favorite stats I like to share with people. 45, though, is a little cold for the last days of a year. And our Taco Tuesday, that's maybe the only warm thing about today. Either side 40 degrees as we're closing out the afternoon and beginning the evening. And overnight tonight, it's going to be another cold one. Down to around 26 before we're back above that freezing point. Our extended 7-day forecast has us either normal or above normal to end the year and start next year. Megan, take it away.
All right, let's take a look at traffic. This is I-77 at West Boulevard. Traffic moving pretty smoothly in this area. Overall, looking pretty good. We just have a couple incidents to talk about. This is going to be a vehicle fire, I-485 outer between Arrowwood Road and Tryon Street. So lots of backup over there. And then we are also tracking this incident, US 29, which is Wilkinson Boulevard. There's going to be a stalled vehicle at Tuckasegee Road. So be careful as you are making your way on Wilkinson Boulevard.
Thanks for streaming live on WCNC Plus at 7:30. I'm Lisa Washington.
And I'm Ben Thompson.
This morning, we are learning about a possible murder-suicide investigation in Lake Wally. The York County Sheriff's Office says it happened just before 9 Sunday night on Blucher Circle. That's right off Highway 49, just south of the Buster Boyd Bridge. We are waiting to learn more from sheriff's deputies. We can tell you they say there is no danger to the public.
This morning, the search is on for the person who hit and killed an 83-year-old man Sunday night in Union County. Highway Patrol says Leonidas Smith was riding his bike along Morgan Mill Road when he was hit. Investigators say the suspect's vehicle is believed to be a 1999 to 2006 GMC Yukon SUV or GMC Sierra pickup truck. It's expected to have damage to the front right side. Neighbors say they hope the tragedy leads to safety improvements in the area.
I'm kind of surprised somebody wouldn't stop once you hit somebody like that. Unless they're in somebody's road, in somebody's yard, there's not any street lights on these roads. It's just dark.
Union County officials offering a $10,000 reward for anybody who comes forward with credible information that helps solve that case.
New developments this morning. The former co-owner of Sycamore Brewing is set to return to court in just a few weeks. You may remember he had a court appearance yesterday. Justin Brigham is charged with 3 counts of a statutory sex offense involving a child, along with other charges. We learned his case is being sent to a grand jury for possible indictment in January. A Rowan County man remains behind bars after being accused of child sex crimes. 21-year-old Noah Van Hoy was arrested last week. He is charged with first-degree sexual offense and taking indecent liberties with a minor. The sheriff's office says in November it received a report of ongoing sexual abuse of an 8-year-old child. Investigators later identified Van Hoy as a suspect. He is in jail with a $1 million bond.
Police still need your help solving a case from nearly a year ago. Huntersville police searching for the person who fired shots last New Year's Eve, hitting an elderly woman's home. Take a look at some of these photos. They recently shared new video pointing to a suspect they believe fired the shots. While nobody was hurt, police are still urging you to come forward if you know anything. North Carolina Attorney General Jeff Jackson pushing back against an EPA proposal that would weaken reporting rules when it comes to forever chemicals. The agency wants to add exemptions that would allow the majority of businesses out there to avoid reporting that information, keeping all of that from all of us. However, Jackson says folks here in North Carolina deserve transparency about forever chemicals in everyday products. More than a dozen states are urging the EPA to keep the original rule in place. This push comes as Jackson wins a $17 million lawsuit against FEMA. The lawsuit accused the agency of withholding state funding for emergency management, disaster relief, and homeland security operations. 2 of the grants impacted supported funding for first responders and law enforcement in emergency situations like Hurricane Helene.
7:33 now. It is time to connect the dots. That's when we make the news make sense. Many foods that we think are healthy may actually be hiding more sugar than we realize. From breakfast staples to savory sauces, added sugars can sneak into everyday items without tasting sweet. Many foods you think are healthy can hide added sugars you don't expect. Let's connect the dots. Added sugars are sweeteners added during food processing, not the natural sugars found in fruit or milk. Food makers often use buzzwords like organic, low-fat, or all-natural to make products seem good for you, but these can still contain a lot of sugar. Foods that seem innocent, like granola, flavored yogurt, plant-based milk, sauces, breads, and snacks, can pack in sweeteners to improve taste. Even savory items like ketchup and pasta sauce can have surprising amounts of sugar. Sugar goes by many names on labels, including high fructose corn syrup, sucrose, dextrose, fruit juice concentrate, and more. Eating too much added sugar can make it harder to meet nutrient needs and is linked to weight gain, heart disease, and diabetes. The best way to avoid hidden sugar is to read the nutrition labels and look for added sugars, and choose plain or unsweetened versions of food when possible. And that's connecting the dots.
Thanks a lot, Lisa. As always, we have some flurries that are flying up in the mountains, but I will say things are getting a little bit better in Blowing Rock. However, you can see these cables still jouncing up and down. This awning has been going crazy, kind of like a wacky, wavy, inflatable arm flailing tube man. And then we also have those trees that have been back and forth as well. Wind's starting to settle down, and we no longer have a high wind warning. 66 mile per hour winds were the max that I recorded right around Boone. Well, I didn't do it, but The local reading there on top of the hospital showed 66 mile per hour wind. And right now that factors into a 2 below zero wind chill, feeling like 17 for you in Concord, 19 degrees in Charlotte. So, we haven't felt this cold in a few weeks now. And our 24-hour temperature change, what a difference. 32 degrees colder around Charlotte and a 29-degree difference right around Boone. So that's why we're still under a cold weather advisory for the mountains, because there's still a chance that we feel like it is 5 below zero or colder, and those wind chills will start to improve subtly, but boy, is this a big difference. Our wind chill forecast going forward, it's going to feel anywhere from about 0 to 10 for most of the day, Boone. I hate to tell you, it's not going to be a warm day. You're not going to see your high temperatures reach around that freezing point. Meanwhile, Charlotte, you're going to have highs right around the mid 40s, lots of sunshine wherever you go. Just a few more clouds in the mountains to start off, but even a 5 to 10 mile per hour breeze will still make it feel like the 30s most of the day. But when you have no wind, it'll feel like the 40s for our actual high temperature. And our overcast situation isn't really going to happen for a few days, but our overnight forecast back down to the mid 20s. So just a degree or two colder than what we had this morning. 19 degrees for you in Boone, which is technically warmer for the high country. And highs tomorrow for the last day of the year. Hopefully it was a good 2025 for you. If not, guess what? We got a new year just to wipe the slate clean. 53 degrees for the Charlotte area, Concord, 38 degrees right around Boone. So not a bad end to the year. Just all in all, I would say it's an average end. Our futurecast showing that we have some passing clouds. That moves in later on tonight, clears out, so we have a nice sunny start to your December 31st, and then a few more clouds for the middle of the afternoon, and then we should clear out again heading into day one of 2026. Our Jerry Hunt Supercenter 7-day forecast has one day standing out from all the rest, kind of lagging behind. It's the shortest bar today, but at least we have that sunshine. Mostly sunny skies for the last day of the year, mostly sunny for the first day of next year. 60 degrees, and we're pretty much hanging around there for your Friday and Saturday. And the Friday night to Saturday time frame is the next best chance for rain. That doesn't mean Saturday is going to be a washout or by any stretch of the imagination. I think you have less than a quarter inch all and said and done. And then mid to the upper 50s for your Sunday and Monday. We're back to around the freezing point on Sunday morning, but all in all, we're either at the average or above for the first week of January, and not too bad. Hopefully that's the way we're describing this morning commute. Let's see. Is not too bad the way to describe it?
Yeah, not too bad. It's been pretty good all morning, which is something we like to see. This is I-85 right near that Statesville exit, so exit 39. Looking pretty good. You're moving pretty smoothly on 85 all around Charlotte, really. We just are tracking this one incident right here. This is I-45. This is going to be the outer between Arrowwood Road, which is exit 3, and Triumph Street, exit 1. So you can see all of this back up because of that vehicle fire. Crews on scene right now getting that contained. It is kind of a hazmat situation right now. Looks like it did just update a little bit though, so moving a little faster in that area. We are also tracking this Wilkinson Boulevard, stalled vehicle at Tuckasegee Road. You can see some backup there as well. But other than that, Charlotte is looking pretty good right now, moving pretty smoothly. And if you are enjoying that coffee and you need to get back home, or if you're traveling for this New Year's Eve, just know that the best time is to travel is before 10 a.m. and then the worst time is noon to 8 o'clock. So anytime after 8 o'clock, you're good to go. Guys?
Megan, thanks. A busy year in business as Wall Street soared, Main Street struggled, and one trade agenda reshaped the entire 2025 economy. We break it down for you next.
As the Panthers prepare for one of their most important games, we're getting fans ready right here at home. If you can't make it to Tampa, watch the game with us. We'll be live on WCNC Plus for a game night watch party starting at 4 o'clock Saturday with real-time reaction and analysis, including from former NFL safety Eugene Robinson.
All right, we're coming back right now because we do have some breaking news we want to tell you about. This is Old Statesville Road crash involving a CATS bus. We do know that there are 4 non-life-threatening injuries, but you can see a car being put on a tow truck, I should say, right now, and that CATS bus to the side. This is, like I said, Old Statesville Road, Henderson Circle. So if you are in that area, just know that there is this crash. They are working that right now. Looks like 1 lane or 2 lanes are closed at the time. You can see some vehicles just circling around. I'm going to work on getting that up on our map, but this is breaking news right now. So we will continue to watch this.
Megan, things turning now to the year in business. Wall Street reached new heights, but it was a mixed story on Main Street with lingering questions about affordability.
Perhaps the defining business story was President Trump's trade agenda. Here's NBC's Brian Chung with a look at how the 2025 economy was transformed by Trump's tariffs.
The biggest economic story this year was just one word: tariffs. April 2nd, the day that this board right here upended the modern trade system, imposing a baseline tariff on nearly all imports, with extra levies on these countries big and small, from China to Sri Lanka. Businesses were left confused as Ford, Walmart, and Adidas were among the companies saying they'd have no choice but to raise prices. It was the beginning of months of tariff whiplash. Tariffs on countries, tariffs on industries, tariffs announced, and tariffs postponed. Inflation worried consumers unsure about where prices were heading. The tariffs threatened price increases on nearly everything, from coffee from Brazil to clothing from Vietnam. Even cheese from the European Union all got more expensive for American importers to bring here. Your Shein and Temu orders from China also tariffed. Now, through the uncertainty, the Federal Reserve cut interest rates 3 times as policymakers fretted over an economic slowdown that could lift unemployment. Wall Street going for a ride through it all, cratering after Liberation Day, but recovering in the months that followed as the administration backed off of some of the tariffs, like in November when over 200 food items got exemptions. Now, the market also getting a boost from artificial intelligence. AI-generated videos taking over social media this year, showing just how far the tech has come. And chipmaker NVIDIA became the symbol of the AI investment boom, becoming the first company to cross the $5 trillion mark. But that excitement on Wall Street not crossing over to Main Street, where major employers like Amazon, UPS, and Target said they make big trims to their headcounts, part of the over 1 million announced job cuts this year. Now, as families grapple with affordability, spending was still strong, with shoppers spending a record $44 billion online this Black Friday and Cyber Monday weekend, perhaps on toys like, yes, Labubus, those viral dolls from Chinese company Pop Mart, celebrities from Blackpink's Lisa to Rihanna and Naomi Osaka fueling a worldwide obsession. Consumers finding joy in the smaller things in what was a big year for the economy.
There is a new billionaire in America, and she also happens to be the most decorated artist in Grammy's history. Forbes reporting Beyonce has officially reached billionaire status. She becomes only the 5th musician to ever hit the billionaire milestone, joining her husband, Jay-Z, as well as Taylor Swift, Bruce Springsteen, and Rihanna.
Well, you might not reach billionaire status, but a new year is a great time to reset your finances and build a money plan that works for your life. Experts say the first step, setting realistic goals, whether that's paying down debt, saving for a big purchase, or simply putting a few dollars aside each week. Creating a budget that you can stick to helps turn those goals into action, and even small habits like checking your credit report or automating savings can make a big difference. A lot of financial coaches also recommend building an emergency fund so unexpected expenses don't derail your progress. While savings is also important, they say finding that right balance, a healthy balance between planning and enjoying your money is key to staying motivated all year long.
As we head into 2026, many people are using the new year as a chance to make a fresh start. For some, that means looking for a new job. Career experts say January is one of the best times to apply as companies reset their budgets and open new positions. With a competitive job market, standing out takes strategy.
You might, again, just want to tweak it to highlight your skills and the results that you've had from the work that you've done that could be really particular to that role that you are applying to.
As you heard, the experts recommend tailoring your resume for each job, expanding your search into different industries, also reaching out directly to hiring managers when possible. They also say contract work, classes, or volunteering can help fill any resume gaps and build new skills.
7:47 right now. This year wrapping up as one of the hottest years on record. What researchers say about the alarming temperatures next.
The time is now 7:50. Scientists say 2025 ranked among the 3 hottest years ever recorded, driven largely by human-caused climate change.
Researchers note that extreme heat, drought, flooding, and powerful storms affected communities worldwide, even with natural cooling from a La Nina pattern. They point to continued greenhouse gas emissions as a major factor behind the record warmth and increasingly severe weather. Experts warn that without rapid action, the world will face even greater challenges adapting to these escalating climate extremes. Lucky for us, we've got an expert here who knows all about things climate and otherwise. Chris joins us right now with more. Chris.
Of course, and I wanted to show you that even though worldwide this is the warmest year on record, not so much for the Charlotte area, so that's going to separate the difference. Last year, though, was the warmest year that we had a record, tying 1990 at 64 degrees. And that is averaging all of our highs and lows from January to the last day of December. So, of course, we don't have all the data, but what I think is really interesting, so if you are a disbeliever that there isn't something going on as far as us getting warmer, check this out. I'm going to throw these dots in here. As you can see, 6 of the 10 spots that I have on here have happened not just over the last 20 years, but within the last 10 years or so. 2017, 2016, 2020, 2023, 2019, and 2024. But we're actually going to add onto the list because factoring in the data for this year, that now officially is going to bump out 1939 and move us back into the number 7 spot. So officially it would be 7 of the last 10 years are now the warmest on record. So yeah, the data doesn't lie. We are looking at a beautiful start to the day, lots and lots of sunshine, and this is the way it's going to stay throughout. A sunrise time of 7:31. is also a great time as well. We're going to hover around this for the next few days, and then come January 2nd to the 12th, it officially moves to 7:32, and then after that, things get earlier and earlier. Now, that technically isn't our latest sunrise time. That actually arrives over in March. So when we spring forward, that's on March 8th, it moves to 7:43, and then it quickly gets much earlier. So just letting you know, things are at least trending in that direction, and also will be trending up after today because I'm using the all-day sunshine graphic here. But usually there's a warmer temperature in that circle right there for the sunshine, 45 degrees. And things are also getting a little bit calmer for the mountains. Right now we still do have a cold weather alert that goes until 10 a.m. That's a cold weather advisory, just meaning it could be on and off, wind chilly down to 0 to 5 below 0 or colder. And that's the criteria there. Whenever you could potentially feel that cold, you're going to have a cold weather advisory for the mountains. For the Charlotte area, it's usually 5 or 10 degrees colder that we're going to be triggering one of those. Now for our 7-day forecast, showing you this one more time, this is going to be an up and up trend after today, up to 60 degrees on Thursday, and then after that, mid to the upper 50s, which is above normal for the first days of January, so not too bad. Now, you got a lot of colors on your map, Meg. What's going on?
I do. We are tracking this breaking news right here with an accident in North Charlotte. This is going to be at Old Statesville Road at Henderson Circle. This involves a CATS bus. We do know some more information about this for non-life-threatening injuries. You can see that there is one lane that is blocked, police in the middle of the road there. So you can see that another vehicle is on that tow truck. So we do know that 4 people are suffering non-life-threatening injuries, which is always good news, non-life-threatening injuries. We do, though, have some backup here. You can see at Old Statesville Road. So lots and lots of stop and go traffic. If you are around there, know that still that one lane is being blocked. Let's take a look at I-77 right near Tyvola. You can see traffic is moving just a little slower. You're only going about 20 miles per hour as you are heading down to South Carolina. So just know that traffic is going slow over there. No really reason why, it's just picking up. This has cleared, though, I-485 between Arrowwood Road, exit 3 and exit 1. So that is some good news. Overall, though, looking pretty good. Lots and lots of green on the map, except for those incidents. Guys?
All right, Megan, thanks so much. 7:55 now. We're going to take a quick break. We'll make sure that you keep it right here on WCNC Plus. We'll be right back.
Good morning, everybody. It's a gorgeous start to the day. Look at all the sunshine for us to enjoy. That's the best thing about today. We have those sunny skies because highs today only in the mid 40s. Meanwhile, our wind chills are all over the place, feeling like 2 degrees around Boone, 28 around Charlotte because that's the actual air temperature. So that's a nice little change. It was feeling like 19 degrees last time I was up here updating you about 30 minutes ago. And then our wind chill forecast going forward, feeling like the 30s when the winds are blowing at 5 to 10 miles per hour, feeling like 10 or below for the most part for you in Blowing Raw. Our Jerry Hunt Supercenter 7-day forecast shows that this is the coldest. After that, around 60 degrees for the first of the year. Megan, take it away.
Look at traffic right now. This is I-77 right near that Tyvola exit. Traffic starting to really pick up in that area. We are seeing 20 miles per hour as you are heading up towards Charlotte. So just be aware that traffic is starting to move up there. We do have this accident though, Old Statesville Road at Henderson Circle. It does involve a CATS bus right now. We do know that one lane is closed for non-life-threatening injuries, but you are going very, very slow around that area on Old Statesville Road.
Streaming live right now at 8 a.m. right here on WCNC Plus. I'm Ben Thompson.
And I'm Lisa Washington.
We start with new developments this morning. We now know the father of NASCAR driver Denny Hamlin died following that house fire in Gaston County.
That fire happened Sunday night around 6 o'clock on Black Snake Road in Stanley. When firefighters arrived on the scene, they found 75-year-old Dennis Hamlin and 69-year-old Mary Lou Hamlin already outside the home with what's described as catastrophic injuries. Dennis eventually passed away from his injuries at the hospital. Mary Lou was taken to the Wake Forest Burn Center where she is currently being treated. Right now, the NASCAR community is mourning the loss of Dennis Hamlin, a father who helped his son's career flourish.
WCNC Charlotte's Destiny Richards live now from the NASCAR Hall of Fame in Uptown. And today we're learning that his parents actually deserve a lot of credit for his success.
That's right. And the NASCAR community is really just rallying around Denny Hamlin and his family right now. And they're remembering Dennis Hamlin and his mother for being his biggest supporters and for making sacrifices to help their son become a successful driver and the successful driver he is today. Now, Dennis Hamlin is being remembered as a driving force behind his son's racing career long before Denny Hamlin ever reached NASCAR's top level. His parents made significant personal sacrifices, taking out multiple mortgages and selling cars, all to keep their son's racing dream alive. That support helped Denny Hamlin go on to win 60 NASCAR Cup Series races and become one of the sport's top competitors for nearly 2 decades. Now the loss is being felt not just by family, but by neighbors, NASCAR fans, and the racing community as a whole.
It's a very tragic situation. I mean, you know, and also for the NASCAR community. I mean, you just had Greg Biffle and his wife and family just pass, and then now this.
And while we've seen words of support pouring out all over social media since last night, Denny Hamlin has not yet commented publicly, and the cause of the fire that took his father's life is still under investigation. Live this morning in Uptown, I'm Destiny Richards, WCNC Charlotte.
A memorial service has been scheduled for 14-year-old Emma Biffle. She died alongside her father, former NASCAR driver Greg Biffle, and 2 other family members in a Statesville plane crash nearly 2 weeks ago. Emma's memorial will be held this Sunday, January 4th, 3 p.m. It'll be at the Kane Center in Cornelius. Services for Greg and his wife have not been announced. New this morning, we are learning more about what caused a fire in Mint Hill yesterday. Firefighters say smoking materials started the fire on Blair Road. That's right off 45 and Albemarle Road. Thankfully, nobody was injured. A detached garage was destroyed, and there was some damage to a home there. Right now, CMPD needs your help finding this 17-year-old girl. Take a look. Police say Monica Hahn was last seen around 10 p.m. on Christmas Eve on 1 Mile Way in East Charlotte. That's near Robinson Church Road. She was wearing pink Hello Kitty one-piece pajamas. Family members say they're concerned for her safety. If you have any information about where she might be, call police.
The East Spencer Police Department is asking for your help to solve a homicide investigation. Police say on August 13th, just before 12:30 in the morning, Tyrese Stiller was found dead at a home on Went Street. East Spencer is about 45 minutes north of Charlotte. Take a look at your screen now. Police are looking for this person of interest. They say the person was wearing this hoodie at the time of the incident. Anyone with information related to the investigation should contact Crime Stoppers at the number on your screen. North Carolina's Governor Josh Stein is offering rewards for information that would help solve 2 murder cases. The first is a $25,000 reward for a Cabarrus County murder. Investigators say 28-year-old Kari Wilkes was shot and killed on January 6th while sitting in his car on Pine Hill Lane in Kannapolis. The governor is also offering a reward for information in a 2021 deadly shooting in Gastonia. 32-year-old John Luke Moore was shot and killed during a home invasion on Allison Avenue. Back in July, police released new security footage of the suspects. In that video, you can see 3 suspects wearing masks, breaking down his door and then running out after a couple of minutes. The governor is offering a $25,000 reward in this case, urging anyone with details in either of these crimes to come forward and help bring justice for the families.
Right now, finance company Prosper is working to fix a data breach impacting nearly 250,000 people in South Carolina. State records show the company discovered unauthorized activity months ago and recently began notifying customers. Things like names, social security numbers, and financial information may have been accessed. Prosper says no customer funds were taken and is offering 2 years of free credit monitoring. 8:05 right now. Turning back to your forecast, here's Chris.
Thanks a lot, Ben. Well, we are checking what's going on here around Blowing Rock. Things have been rocking and rolling all morning long. There's also been some flying flurries as well. You can see that very subtly, not really amounting to too much. Sometimes flurries can be thick enough they actually allow for a coating of snow. We were seeing that, but a lot of blowing snow was happening. And you can see that flag whipping in the breeze. And that high wind warning is done, but that doesn't mean it isn't windy. Still wind gusts on and up to 40 miles per hour, more so close to 30. And on top of Beach Mountain, they're actively making some snow, taking advantage of those freezing temperatures and even temperatures in the teens. But the actual wind chill, at least I don't have a dash in front of this, so no longer in the negatives. That doesn't mean that's everywhere. That's just the site in Boone and Jefferson reporting 2 and 3 degrees. However, I was just looking at some of the temperatures off camera for Sugar Mountain and on Beach Mountain. The actual temperatures there are 7 and 8 degrees. If you factor in the winds, that means the wind chill is actually 10 below 0 or colder. Yikes. Not too much of a wind chill around Charlotte as the winds have now subsided. On and off today, we'll have a wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. So anytime you do have an active breeze, you're going to be feeling it by about 2 to 5 degrees. Sunshine, bottom line, is going to be the best part of today. And then by 1 o'clock, we're back into the lower 40s. we reach the mid 40s and that's pretty much it. This is the coldest. This will be the coldest day by far. Not saying you're not going to be this cold again in the long term, but over the short term 6 to 10 day forecast, yep, this looks to be the bottom. And you can see for our futurecast, not much actually happening. This is good news. All in all, today is going to be crystal clear. We have some lingering clouds in the mountains and then poof, presto changeo, it's going to be out of here, but a few more clouds are moving back in through the overnight to join us for your Wednesday morning, and then a mostly sunny sky expected all in all with a few clouds during the afternoon, and then that's going to do it. Say goodbye to 2025 and hello to 2026. Crazy. Numbers getting that high. 53 is going to be the high for the last day of 2025 for the new year. 60 degrees is a very mild start. That's about 8 degrees above the norm. That's what we like to see. More specifically, your New Year's Eve forecast looking good. Temperatures either side of 40 degrees as we're 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year. And as far as the warmest New Year's, well, 60 degrees is nowhere close to that, but hey, it is above average. We have hit the 70 degree point multiple times, not as much as 2022, where we are 78 degrees. As for our high temperatures over the next 10 days, as I told you, this is the bottom. Other than that, we're either around the norm or slightly above for the first week of January. Not too bad. All right, last time that we talked to Megan, it was very active to start your morning commute. Let's see what's going on now.
Yeah, let's take a look at I-77. This is right near Tyvola. You can see that traffic is moving okay, just a little slower, but nothing too bad. We do have this that we are tracking right now. This is an accident at Old Statesville Road at Henderson Circle. It involves a CATS bus. We do know so far that there are 4 non-life-threatening injuries, lots of backup, 1 lane closed last time we checked. And overall, taking a look at Charlotte, very green right now, but we do have some incidents that I do want to talk to you about. This is JW Clay Boulevard crash near Village Shopping Center Drive. And then as we zoom out a little bit more, you can see other accidents around our map. This is one I really want to talk to you about, though, just because it is just south of Charlotte a little bit. And I know that people do drive around here a lot. So this is Old Pineville Road, crash at Tyvola. So just be aware of that on your commute. Guys?
As the Panthers get ready for one of their most important games, we are getting fans ready right here at home. Our Danielle Stein is going to be in Tampa providing coverage here on air and on WCNC Plus beginning Friday.
And if you can't make it to Tampa, you can watch the game with us. We'll be live right here on WCNC Plus for a game night watch party starting at 4 o'clock on Saturday. We'll have real-time reaction and analysis, including from former NFL safety Eugene Robinson. Before we head to break, here is an exclusive shopping deal for our viewers.
Hey, you know how we do it. Our team is always testing tons of products. We get rid of the rejects, only show you the best ones, and that's why I want to show you this thing today. It's the Tire Hero Portable Tire Inflator. Let me shut this off for a second. Literally true story, 2 weeks ago, I got stuck on the side of the road, glass in the tire. I barely made it to the gas station. Almost cost me hundreds of dollars to tow. So you need one of these anyway. The reason I think this is one of the best on the market is for this reason. Come on, and let me show you. So let's say you don't know the PSI of your car. You don't know what it's supposed to be, or if you want to inflate a ball, it does it for you. So you see the little car icon right there? You can flip through these. Okay, I want to do my car. No, I want to do my motorcycle, little motorcycle icon. I want to do my bicycle tire. Or I want to do a soccer ball or an exercise ball. I just blew these up. The other cool thing about this is this. Come on and look at this. It's got the USB adapters here. It acts as a portable battery charger, so you can charge your tablet, you can charge your phone. It also comes with all these different nozzles for kind of anything you would have. It's small enough to literally, I mean, it's a pretty packed glove compartment, right? Look at that. It still fits. Nice and easy. Got a great deal for you on this today. And by the way, you want one of these anyway. You want this anyway because you can save $60 a year for properly inflated tires. So why wouldn't you? Get this one though, because I think it's the best on the market. $69.99 normally. Got a deal for you today. 20% off down to $55.99. Scan the QR code on the screen right now or go to shoptvdeals.com.
8:13 right now. This year we saw a troubling trend, growing threats against political leaders. Perhaps nothing exemplified this more than the shocking assassination of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. NBC's Stephanie Gosk looks at the rise of political violence in 2025.
On September 10th, an unthinkable act of political violence playing out before a crowd of 3,000. The brazen assassination of influential conservative activist Charlie Kirk as he was speaking on the campus of Utah Valley University. The 31-year-old CEO of Turning Point USA leaving behind his wife and 2 small children. The attack prompting an outcry over political violence in the U.S.
We can return hate with hate. And that's the problem with political violence, is it metastasizes.
The investigation revealed signs of a troubling new trend. Bullet casings inscribed with threatening messages, including one investigators say read, "Hey fascist, catch." The suspect is charged with aggravated murder and could face the death penalty. He has not yet entered a plea. Some data shows political violence is getting worse, with threats against public figures from both parties on the rise. Capitol Police telling NBC News its agents were on track to work through roughly 14,000 threat assessment cases this year alone, up 48% from 2024. Kirk's assassination follows attacks on other political leaders this year. On April 13th, Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro was the target of an arson attack on his home.
It's especially hard to know that he tried to burn our family to death while we slept.
Security camera video shows a man breaking into the governor's mansion using Molotov cocktails to start the fire. The suspect later pleaded guilty. And 2 months later, on June 14th in Minnesota, Democratic state legislator Melissa Hortman and her husband gunned down in their home. Prosecutors say the suspect went on a planned rampage that started with shooting Senator John Hoffman and his wife Yvette at their home nearby. Authorities say the suspect had notebooks filled with names and addresses of over 45 Democratic lawmakers. The suspect has pleaded not guilty.
This was a grievous wound that Minnesota experienced. These are public servants that raised their hands and said they would serve, and they were just doing their job.
In the wake of Kirk's assassination, President Trump declared October 14th, Kirk's birthday, as a national day of remembrance and posthumously awarded him the Presidential Medal of Freedom. His widow, Erica Kirk, now taking over as CEO of Turning Point USA, saying at his memorial that she forgives his killer.
I forgive him because it was what Christ did and is what Charlie would do. The answer to hate is not hate.
City officials in New Orleans are outlining security plans as the one-year anniversary of the New Year's Day attack approaches. 14 people were killed, dozens more injured when a man drove a pickup truck through crowds on Bourbon Street. Leaders say they are keeping the victims' families in their thoughts and using lessons from that attack to strengthen safety measures. They expect a large presence of city, state, and federal law enforcement, along with the National Guard.
It appears that we're going to have close to 800 law enforcement downtown and in the French Quarter, and I think that that's going to be outstanding. You're going to see an incredible visual presence in the French Quarter and throughout downtown over the rest of this week.
Officials also urged both tourists and residents to be aware of their surroundings and large crowds, reminding them that if they see something, say something.
The man accused of killing one National Guard soldier and wounding another outside a D.C. metro station last month made his first appearance in federal court Monday. Prosecutors say new details in a criminal complaint show he'd been trying to obtain a gun weeks before the shooting and was eventually given a stolen one. Investigators say he opened fire on 2 National Guard members on November 26th, killing Sarah Beckstrom and injuring Andrew Wolf, who continues to recover. The affidavit does not outline a motive, and the suspect is due back in court January 15th.
Power outages can hit without warning. The simple steps experts say you can take to keep your family safe. That's next.
Power outages can happen anytime, from storms, extreme temperatures, or even a down line in your neighborhood. And being prepared, of course, the best way to stay safe.
Experts say families should build an emergency kit with food, water, medications, and needed devices. It also helps to sign up for local emergency alerts so you know right away about those boil water notices, evacuation orders, or extended outages. During a blackout, keep your refrigerator closed. If your home becomes too hot or too cold for you and your family to stay safe, experts recommend you leave. And once the lights come back on, take time to update your plan so you're ready for the next outage. Chris joins us now, and again, these can really happen with little warning because you just never know.
Yeah, and it's all across the board, as you had mentioned. It doesn't matter the season. During the spring and summertime, you have those stronger severe storms that it could be maybe even the tail end of a tornado, strong gusty winds, large tree branches coming down. But during the winter time, it's more so ice that is some of the biggest reasons why that we even have power outages. So a quick little weather IQ explainer. Power line impacts from freezing rain is if you get a ½ inch of ice. And by the way, I'm just kind of spitballing explainers here. We're not anticipating any big ice. That's not why I'm talking about this, even though areas to the north have seen that on top of snow as well. 'Cause snow can also do this as well. But a ½ inch of ice adds about 500 pounds to the power lines. Now, if you get the winds as well, so what can happen is it's called galloping. So that ice isn't completely uniform. It actually drips down. Think about it like you have the icicles instead. Well, the winds actually allow it to rock back and forth as it hits that teardrop shape, or even the icicles, allowing the wires to sway more, collide more, and that can often lead to more power outages as well. So if you have ice combined with gusty winds, that's the perfect recipe for widespread power outages. Meanwhile, the mountains, you've been dealing with on and off gusts upwards to around 60 miles per hour through the overnight, but you didn't have the ice coupled with that, or else I think we would have been talking about a different story all in all. I mentioned this last half hour, but I think this is really interesting. Our warmest years on record since 1879. Officially, it was October 1878 that we started Charlotte record keeping. Well, I can officially say that this is now going to be the 7th year that we are going to be in the top 10 within the last 10 years for the warmest year on record. Now, last year was the warmest. That was back in 2024. We had an average of 64 degrees. Well, up through yesterday, our average for across all our highs and lows from January up to this point is 63.1 degrees. So that brings us up to the 7th warmest. So that officially will make 7 again of the last 10 years will be in the top 10 from the last 10 years, which is just absolutely staggering. As for today, here is that wind advisory that I was talking about. That is now passed and gone. The only one that really lingers across the area is a cold weather alert, just meaning that, hey, it's quite chilly up in the mountains, because whenever it has a chance of feeling like it is 5 below zero or colder, we're going to have one of those. So for a 7-day forecast, bringing it back to the Charlotte area, all in all, it is just going to be a delightful end to the year and a wonderful beginning to the new year of 2026. 53, that's where we should be for the last day of December, the last day of the year. 60 degrees, slightly above average. The average is about 52, so 8 degrees above that. And all in all, we're in the mid to the upper 50s for the first week of January, which isn't too bad. First rain chance of the new year, Friday, heading into Saturday. Okay, let's go right over to Megan, who has an active morning commute.
Yeah, let's take a look at traffic right now. I-85 right near Sam Wilson Road as you are heading into Charlotte from Gastonia. So looking pretty good on your commute so far at 8:23 right now. Let's take a look at this. There was a crash at Old Statesville Road at Henderson Circle. It did involve Cat's Bus for non-life-threatening injuries, but it does look like it is starting to move. Just a little bit of slowdown as you are heading on Old Statesville Road, but looks like they started to clear that up. We have this other incident, J.W. Clay Boulevard. It's going to be a crash near Village Shopping Center. Just a little bit of a slowdown, but also starting to clear. An Old Pineville Road crash at Tyvola Road. So those are your incidents we are tracking right now. But overall, Charlotte looking pretty good across the map. Lots and lots of green. Let's take a look at those drive times this morning. Gastonia, it's going to take you about 32 minutes to get into Charlotte. Matthews, 20 minutes. Belmont, 24 minutes. And Salisbury, 46 minutes.
All right, Megan, thanks. 8:25 now, live pictures over Uptown this morning. We're going to take a quick break, but make sure that you keep it right here, streaming live on WCNC+.
Good morning, everybody. 2 more days left of 2025. Crazy. 26 degrees was our low this morning. 26, by the way, is going to be our low tomorrow. So very similar cold. Slightly warmer, actually, by about 3 degrees in the mountains, though. And then after that, we have above freezing lows. And our highs are going to be much warmer than this as well. 45 degrees for today. Luckily, we have those beautiful Carolina blues. That sunshine across the board is going to make things better. And on-up breeze up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour will make it feel wind chilly at times. Taco Tuesday for evening eats. Temperatures down through the 30s. So 35 feeling like 30 degrees come 8 p.m. The Jerry Hunt Supercenter 7-day forecast has a nice start to the new year. 60 degrees, that's 8 degrees above the norm. Then mid to the upper 50s after that. First rain chance of the new year, Friday heading into Saturday. All right, Megan Bragg, take it away.
Yeah, happy Tuesday, everybody. Let's take a look at traffic right now. I-77 right near that Uptown exit, which is West Boulevard. Charlotte looking beautiful as always. Let's take a look at some incidents we've been talking about. Old Statesville Road at Henderson Circle. There was a crash there involving a CATS bus. 4 non-life-threatening injuries, but it is moving pretty smoothly. We are also just tracking this one crash, J.W. Clay Boulevard. Looks like it has cleared, though. You are streaming live on WCNC Plus at 8:30. I'm Lisa Washington.
And I'm Ben Thompson.
This morning, we are learning more about a possible murder-suicide investigation in Lake Wylie. The York County Sheriff's Office says it happened just before 9 Sunday night on Blucher Circle. That's right off Highway 49, just south of the Buster Boyd Bridge. We are waiting to learn more information from sheriff's deputies. We can tell you now, they say there is no danger to the public.
This morning, the search is on for the person who hit and killed an 83-year-old man Sunday night in Union County. Highway Patrol says Leonidas Smith was riding his bike along Morgan Mill Road when he was hit. Investigators say the suspect's vehicle is believed to be a GMC Yukon SUV or a GMC Sierra pickup truck model years 1999 to 2006. It's expected to have damage to the front right side. Neighbors say they hope the tragedy leads to safety improvements in the area.
I'm kind of surprised somebody wouldn't stop once you hit somebody like that. Unless they're in somebody's road, in somebody's yard, there's not any street lights on these roads. It's just dark.
Union County officials are offering a $10,000 reward for anybody who comes forward with credible information that helps solve the case.
New developments this morning. The former co-owner of Sycamore Brewing is set to return to court in just a few weeks. You may remember we told you yesterday he had his first court appearance. Justin Brigham is charged with 3 counts of a statutory sex offense involving a child, along with other charges. We learned his case is being sent to a grand jury for possible indictment in January. Right now, a Rowan County man remains behind bars after being accused of child sex crimes. 21-year-old Noah Van Hoy was arrested last week. He is charged with first-degree sexual offense and taking indecent liberties with a minor. The sheriff's office says in November it received a report of ongoing sexual abuse of an 8-year-old child. Investigators later identified Van Hoy as a suspect. He's in jail with a $1 million bond.
Police still need your help helping solve a case from nearly a year ago. Huntersville police searching for the person who fired shots last New Year's Eve hitting an elderly woman's home. They recently shared new video you see here pointing to a suspect they believe fired the shot. While nobody was hurt, police are still urging you to come forward if you know anything. North Carolina Attorney General Jeff Jackson pushing back against the EPA plan that would weaken reporting rules on forever chemicals. The agency wants to add exemptions that would allow the majority of businesses out there to avoid reporting, keeping much of that information from all of us. However, Jackson says folks here in North Carolina deserve transparency about forever chemicals in everyday products. More than a dozen states are urging the EPA to keep the original rule in place. Well, this push comes as Jackson wins $17 million lawsuit against FEMA. The lawsuit accused the agency of withholding state funding for emergency management, disaster relief, and homeland security operations. 2 of the grants supported funding for first responders and law enforcement in emergency situations like Hurricane Helene.
All right, thanks a lot, Ben. 28 degrees. We've already hit our low of 26 degrees for the morning. Whew, all right, so 26 degrees, that's a little shock and awe to the system. It has been a minute since we have been that cold. 16 degrees is the low right around Boone, 24 around Hickory, and by tomorrow it's going to be in a very similar range. So just note that we will be equally as cold by tomorrow, actually slightly warmer for the mountains, believe it or not. But really, as far as December is concerned, it has been an up and down month, to say the least. So I'm actually looking off screen at some of our coldest temperatures that we've had so far. The coldest that we were was actually 16 degrees. That was back on the 15th. Other than that, we've dropped down to 20 degrees on the 14th. But since the last time we've been this cold was actually back on December 16th. So it's been about a couple of weeks since we really felt this chill. A lot of ups and downs, to say the least, for the month. All in all, today is going to be the coldest day of the week, and we will likely be back to highs in the 40s some other day during January or February, but not in the near term because things are really going to be trending in a nice direction. So getting right to our New Year's Eve and our New Year's Day forecast. I like where things are looking. We have mostly sunny skies, just a few passing clouds all in all. So I think we have a nice sunny start for tomorrow. Sunshine across the board by today, all day sunshine. But then the kickoff for your Thursday, that is the first day of 2026. And it's not how you start, it's how you finish. But also I think it's nice to start this way. 35 degrees. It's not the warmest beginning that we've ever had, but 60 degrees is an 8-degree upgrade compared to what we typically have. Now here's our most recent updated New Year's Eve forecast. So this is for tomorrow evening. So if you're going anywhere, going out to a big party or just staying at home, I think we're going to celebrate with Great Britain, as they're going to be dropping whatever they drop over there. And we're going to see Big Ben with fireworks in the background because it's early and I got to get to bed. Temperatures right around 39 degrees around midnight, so it should be sensational. Picking up a few clouds at that point, but hey, it could be a whole lot colder. Again, most things are inside. Just letting you know, if you have to go from place to place, it's going to be a-okay. Now, our day and nighttime rain chances, nothing's really too huge in the near term. We have one on Friday night heading into Saturday that we have the lightest chance for rain. Other than that, there's really not too much going on in the short term. That's the only rain chance over the next 7 days. It's really not until about day 8 of the forecast to 9. So that would be about the end of week number 1 of 2026 that we have another rain chance that starts to sneak on in. But this is the bottom, 45 degrees. Doesn't get much better than this. Then we have the mid to the upper 50s to complete that 7-day forecast. And that brings us up to the first Monday of the new year. And then we should see a little bit of a fall down back to the normal of 52. But most of the days to kick off the new year are above the normal for both our highs and our lows. That's what we're talking about. All right, let's get right over to traffic. It's been up and down for traffic as well. How's our status now?
We are looking pretty good, Chris. This is I-77 right near Huntersville, so you can see traffic is moving smoothly. We just have this one little area near Gilead Road where you are only going about 27 miles per hour as you do head north. So just be aware of that. No incidents on the map there, but it is just a little backed up. We are also watching this over here as you are heading in from Gastonia on I-85 to Charlotte. We got a little spot right there looking red. You're going about 33 miles per hour, but no incidents that I can see on the map so far, no accidents around there. And then we do have this accident, Old Pineville Road crash at Tyvola Road that we've been tracking. So just be aware if you do have to take Old Pineville Road. Other than that, look at all this green. We've seen a lot of green this morning, something we do love to see. And hey, if you are traveling today, AAA says the best time to get to those New Year's Eve plans is before 10 a.m. and the worst times to travel today is between noon and 8 p.m. Guys?
8:37 right now on WCNC Plus. Big funding, big questions. The new rural health rollout includes a point system that could change how states get paid. We'll tell you the numbers next.
As the Panthers prepare for one of their most important games, we're getting fans ready right here at home. If you can't make it to Tampa, you can watch the game with us. We'll be live on WCNC Plus for a game night watch party starting at 4 o'clock on Saturday. We'll have real-time reaction and analysis, including from former NFL safety Eugene Robinson. Approaching 8:41 now. On top of measles, whooping cough, and chickenpox making a comeback, the flu is filling urgent cares across the Carolinas.
Doctors say this year's strain doesn't fully match up with a vaccine, and holiday gatherings are spreading the virus. Peyton Furtado tells us the numbers and gives us tips to stay healthy.
I'd say they're rocketing up.
As holiday gatherings wind down, flu and other illnesses are just winding up. They're filling area emergency rooms and urgent cares.
Unfortunately, we'll be adding additional flu-related deaths to our dashboard when we update that on Wednesday.
Friday, Saturday, we started to see some people coming in, and it went up exponentially, like almost overnight.
This comes when South Carolina is already seeing more than 3,300 flu cases in the week ending in December 20th. North Carolina, more than 1,600 in the week ending in December 13th. This year's vaccine, not a total match for this year's strain.
But the point is that it doesn't offer 100% protection against the disease, but it certainly helps in preventing complications.
On top of getting the flu vaccine, doctors recommend washing your hands, keeping them out of your face, sanitizing high-touch surfaces, staying away from large groups, a big ask this time of year. And if you're already sick but don't want to get sicker.
So you should definitely be evaluated if you're starting to have severe symptoms of increasing shortness of breath, if you're getting so weak that you have difficulty moving around your house, if you're so nauseous that you're having trouble keeping down fluids.
People who are over 65, children less than 5 years of age, people with diabetes, heart disease, lung disease, those folks should really get tested early in their illness and ask their doctor or pharmacist about antiviral medicines.
If you're just feeling crummy, consider bringing in the new year with some well-deserved rest and hydration.
Mainly water, but then also electrolyte drinks like Gatorade if you need to, Tylenol, ibuprofen to keep your fever down so you reduce the amount of, water loss that you have overall, and then just trying to stay rested.
Peyton Furtado with that report. Novant Health is now beginning to take extra precautions to reduce the spread of respiratory viruses. It is temporarily limiting visits by kids under age 13 at its hospitals. Kids under 13 who are not experiencing any symptoms of illness may be permitted to visit patients under special circumstances. Those include visiting a new sibling in postpartum labor and delivery areas or a family member who is in end-of-life care.
And it's just not Novant. Today, Prisma Health in South Carolina also temporarily restricting kids ages 15 and younger from visiting hospitalized patients. Certain exemptions apply. Officials say the move was prompted because of the rising flu rates across South Carolina and Tennessee.
Hundreds of millions of dollars is heading to the Carolinas as part of the Trump administration's Rural Health Transformation Program. During the first year, North Carolina is expected to receive more than $213 million. South Carolina will see $200 million. In all, $50 billion will be awarded across every state over 5 years. Now, half of that money will be split evenly. The other half will be awarded through a point system based on a set of criteria. States will be rescored each year and the funds may be reduced. California, meanwhile, is rolling out a new law that would require tortillas sold in the state to include folic acid, a vitamin shown to help reduce birth defects. That rule takes effect January 1st. It aims to support healthier pregnancies. While small tortilla makers will be exempt, many families and business owners say the change is a welcome step. Supporters note that adding folic acid to corn masa could significantly lower risks in early pregnancy. For many Californians, it's one more reason to enjoy a food that's already central to their culture.
Just about 8:45 right now. If you had a freshly cut Christmas tree, you might be wondering, what is the best way to get rid of it? Millions of trees fill landfills, but there are better, more earth-friendly options. First up, one option we're talking about, you can use it for firewood and mulch. That trunk can actually be dried and used safely in outdoor fire pits. Branches can be used as mulch to insulate your garden bed throughout the winter. Another option, you can repurpose your trees as a wildlife haven. If you have, say, a large pond or something like that, you can sink your tree to create a shelter for the fish. They'll appreciate their new hiding place. And then finally here, local programs. See what your local city or town is doing to recycle trees. Some of you use to fortify sand dunes, counter erosion, or provide shelter for wildlife. Specifically here for the city of Charlotte, they're going to start picking up the trees on the curb starting next Monday. They will be turned into mulch.
Another Hallmark movie is being filmed in the Tar Heel State. See the familiar location for the company's latest project.
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you, as always, for joining us on WCNC Plus. What a difference, y'all. 25 degrees colder in Boone, 36-degree difference in Monroe, 37-degree cool down around Rock Hill, and 33 around the Charlotte area. So just a wow factor there, and really putting into perspective. So this time yesterday, we were at 61 degrees. Now, we're 33 degrees cooler at 28. Now, we officially hit our low for the morning, and that was right around at 26 degrees in Charlotte. And going forward for your out-the-door forecast, temperatures are going to warm up to around the 36-degree point come noon, and then we have the lower to the mid-40s during the afternoon. Highs, again, only ranging from about 42 to 45 across the entire area. So it is quite cool, but luckily this will actually be the coldest day that we have of the week. That's not the good news, it's just that we're up from here, because then after that, it's going to be really settling in a nice direction overall. So looking at today and where we're going from here as we're winding down the last moments of 2025, tonight dropping down to 26. So one more cold morning, just like what we had this morning, and then 53 for the last day, and then 60 degrees for your Thursday. Now, going forward for our 10-10-10 forecast, 10 forecast is actually 3 10s. Our high temperatures are on the way up to around 60 degrees from this coming Thursday, and then ranging anywhere from 54 to 59 as we head into day 6 of January or the new year. And then our average high for this time of year should be about 52. We're going to be right close to that on the 7th and the 8th. As far as our lows are concerned, tomorrow morning is also going to be one of the coldest, very similar to this morning. We'll be back around that freezing point this coming Sunday and again for the 9th of January. But all in all, we are trending in that nice above average trend. And our precipitation chances, a 30% chance. Really, that's Friday night heading into Saturday. And then again, a slight chance for your Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So that'll be the first Tuesday and Wednesday that we have of the new year. So all in all, really not too bad of a forecast. If you're already specifically planning on what you're going to be doing for this New Year's Eve, maybe you're going to a big schwindig, big party. I sound old saying that, but it is going to be a chilly but not overbearing cold one. So maybe just the regular jacket's going to get you by just fine, right around 39 degrees, as maybe you're getting that kiss or just counting 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year. By the way, I'll say it in advance. Happy New Year, everyone, to you and to Megan Bragg, who's about to do traffic. Good morning.
Hey, Happy New Year to you, Chris. Let's take a look at I-77 near Tyvola. You can see traffic is moving pretty smoothly right now, something we love to see. We do have a couple of accidents right now. A new one popped up, Brookshire Freeway outer between US 74 and Exit 2. So as you're making your way down towards Matthews, there is a little bit of backup over there. We are also tracking this still, Old Pineville Road, crash at Tyvola Road. So be aware if you are taking Old Pineville Road. But other than that, Charlotte looking really, really great right now.
Like the story, sprinkle time for a Tuesday Tail Wagger along with our friends at Animal Care and Control. This time last week, we featured James. And that good guy is still there, still waiting for his forever home. Let's bring on today's tail wagger. This is Gracie. Gracie is about 4 years old. She weighs right around 75 pounds, a sweet dog, knows commands. She's house trained, crate trained, dog friendly, so she does like other dogs. Loves to be on a leash, just a great dog. Available at Animal Care and Control today if you're interested. They're open Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m., Saturday and Sunday, both days, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. One more time, check her out. Her name is Gracie. She weighs right around 75 pounds, just a really sweet dog, big gal, but she is available today, and Gracie is our very special Tuesday Tail Wagger.
Larry, thanks. Hallmark returning to the Biltmore Estate in Asheville to film a second Christmas movie. Production starts next month, and they're looking for extras.
That's right. Filming is expected to take a month, with the release expected around Christmas. A Biltmore spokesperson says it's a new storyline with a new cast, and this time more of the property will be featured.
We are going to transport our guests and viewers back to the Gilded Age, back 130 years ago to when Biltmore House first opened, that Christmas Eve of 1895.
The first Hallmark movie there, A Biltmore Christmas, was filmed in 2023. The Biltmore says it's one of Hallmark's most popular movies. Do you think this new one will be entirely predictable?
Of course.
Or do you think it's going to be a complete curveball?
I don't know. I really liked the Biltmore Christmas, though. I thought it was really good because it had like history in it. So I'm sure this one was going to be really good too. And I don't think I should be an extra, but like, I feel like sometimes I could be main actor in a Hallmark movie.
Well, now
you went from extra to main.
Listen, come on. Not to say anything bad about the actors, but come on.
It's a low bar.
It's a really low bar.
Do you know? I wouldn't mind just to be like the shopkeeper that just even hands something.
You would be a great shopkeeper.
You know, just all
like
joyous.
A small role. Like I want to be the owner of the bookstore.
Have a great day. Look at that. I've been practicing.
You want to be the owner of the bookstore?
I want to be the owner of the bookstore. Like the couple comes in the bookstore.
Yeah.
You know, and we have a little hot chocolate stand on the side, so you can get some hot chocolate while you're reading your book. And I'm like, oh, how are you guys? Yeah, have you met Jonathan? You know, all the things. And
I'm trying to think what you would be.
I'm okay, actually. I'm good.
You would be like the guy.
No, I'm good.
You would be the.
I'm good.
You'd be the fiance who like is the millionaire and be like.
No, you know who Ben would be?
no.
He would be the executive back in the big city because you know they always go to a small town.
You would be what I mean. He would be that guy.
You mean the person who's like the Scrooge?
No, no.
Yes.
No, I don't think you're the Scrooge.
I think that's what you're saying. Translation.
That's what she's saying. That's not what I'm saying.
I'm the Scrooge. I see. All right, 5 minutes to the top of the hour. Live pictures over uptown. Actually, no. It's our live impact studio.
Almost.
That's right. Jay's standing by. She's going to have Sheriff Gary McFadden in studio. That's coming up next on WCNC Plus.
We are almost at the freezing point. I know, low bar, right? We have lots of sunshine to deal with today, so that's some good news. Has been some on and off flurries up in the mountains, still 16 degrees there. And then temperatures slowly but surely getting into the lower 40s, and I have a high of 45 degrees for today. And then right back to 26. That was our low this morning, so we're going to revisit a similar cold. It'll be a little bit better by tomorrow because maybe we'll be used to it by that point. And for the last day of the year, 53, 60 to start off the new year. So not a bad forecast. New Year's Eve, here's the conditions that you can expect. Increasing the cloud cover at this point, but temperatures right around 39 degrees come midnight. 3, 2, 1, Happy New Year. And it's going to be a happy warm up right around 60 to start off the year, and then mid to the upper 50s for the first 5 days of January. All right, Megan, what's going on? Start off with morning commute.
Let's take a look at I-77 near Tyvola. Looking pretty good this morning as you are traveling on I-77. We do have this crash to talk about. Brookshire Freeway Outer. That's going to be between US 74 and exit 2. You can see all of that backup as you are heading down toward, or up towards uptown, I should say. So be aware of that. That is the one incident we're tracking right now. Other than that, you are all clear to go, Charlotte. Looking pretty good around the Queen City.